prepped. 10 minutes to launch.
You have the other half of the stone, and here I thought I was a fool for using it, but at least I can be resurrected.
I swore I'd protect Aelstad, even if doing so means that I have to shorten my own life.
You are risking everything for those backstabbers. It is like I am looking at my past self. How about a lesson, then? I will show you how everything you are doing is pointless.
I'm disappointed. I didn't think you could actually betray your country like this. Berkman.
Go now!
Izetta is completely unharmed.
I was hoping you would put up a good fight.
We have to jump! Well, it's been fun, but I'm afraid this is where we part ways. Best of luck going forward.
Hold it! Forget him! We have to go!
Welcome. It looks like everyone has arrived, so why don't we begin?
The great Germanian Empire is pleased you're here, dear enemies. I know many of you traveled great distances to attend. Especially you, Mr. Stanley. I've heard some disturbing rumors that the United States of Atlanta is prepared to declare war on us soon. I do hope that the things we discuss at this conference will give you cause to reconsider that idea.
Enough formalities. Just get to your point.
Patience is a virtue. But you're right. I suppose there's no point in delaying today's main event.
You two! Go!
I told you. It is useless to put up a fight against me.
There it is!
That is what you were after, is it not?
Of course! I'll stop that missile!
Poor girl. You will never get the chance. You're in my way. I will not let you near it.
Get them!
It's no good. I can't get close enough to it.
Fortunately, the missile is still in the prototype stage. Without Sophie there, they can't launch it or guide it to its destination. That means...
If I can just draw her away from the base, that weapon isn't a threat. You will not get away.
It's no good. We've lost sight of the witches. They're too fast for us.
Humans can never hope to keep up with the powers we possess. Oh well, I do not need anyone's help to annihilate you.
We're told the witches are headed out of Germanian airspace. What shall we do?
Sophie's been distracted. She's forgotten what she's here for.
Not to worry. We have a spare.
Your Excellency, the witch Izetta has appeared at the Lugenbacher base. She's currently fighting with Sophie. We've also received word that the conference in Westria has begun as scheduled. The stage is set. You're dismissed. Sir! Majesty? After all our planning, my time is finally at hand, Elliot. My triumph. I'll hold the whole world in my hands, and we'll toast to my victory. I don't believe it. A nightmare like this can't be real. They're trying to deceive us. This is a trick.
I assure you it is not. You see, this weapon is the actual reason we invited all of our enemies here to Westria in the first place. In a short while, our prototype missile will be launched against Aelstad's capital city of Landsbrook. Together, we'll watch as an entire nation is wiped off the face of the planet in a matter of seconds. We wanted you to have the best seats in the house for this demonstration.
I can distract those soldiers. That'll give you two a chance to get inside.
But Sieg...
Remember what you said earlier. This is on us. We were the ones who brought a witch into the war. We have to make up for that. Please, you must end this.
I agree. You're right. Thank you.
Halt! Freeze! Excellent work. Thanks. There you are, Berkman. Tell me, what exactly have you been up to? I've been buying insurance. If Aelstad wins now, the odds of my survival go up significantly. Though I doubt that they'll prevail. That's why you betrayed us? Damn it, isn't there anything you care about besides yourself? Of course not, Captain. Really, what could be more important than oneself? I've watched soldiers die. Young brothers in arms who gave up everything for us, for the country that they loved. Those men, they knew what was really important, like your pal Rickert. He sacrificed himself for the sake of the fatherland, and he thought you would do the same thing. Did he now? And how'd that work out for the boy in the end? You bastard!
So then, everyone should understand the present situation. And I believe all of you have been granted authority to speak on your country's behalves. That means you can sign this protocol today and not waste time bickering with leaders back at home. Eventually, you will all agree to our terms, as opposing us would only lead to assured destruction.
Sit down! Right now, Izetta is in Germania fighting with all her might against the enemy's witch. Until their battle comes to an end, you must not agree to any of Otto's conditions.
Well, Archduchess Ortfine. Forgive me, but I do not believe you were a guest invited to attend these talks.
No, I wasn't. But this meeting concerns me as much as anyone, doesn't it?
I could just call the guards back in here and have you arrested for refusing to leave the premises.
This is neutral
You understand that, right?
No. I'd like to hear her speak. Britannia agrees. Archduchess Ortfine is a party to this matter as well.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to state my case here. Izetta has changed. Recently, she gained the same great power that the witch Sophie employs. With that magic at her disposal, she can beat Germania's witch and protect my beloved country. Aelstad will not be destroyed today.
So you're saying that she could stop this new weapon of theirs? Such a terrible bomb shouldn't exist. Yes, agreed.
You can't just barge in here and make such outlandish claims.
It's a predicament. Let's say your witch managed to defeat Sophie. Then, afterwards, somehow managed to beat the Germanians. If she finally stopped the bloody expansion of this warmongering empire, what would happen afterward? In that scenario, only Aelstad would possess a witch and the understanding of magic, making you the most powerful nation. And if you had the same ambitions as Emperor Otto, who would be left to stop you? How do we know we wouldn't be in the same situation we're in now? Do you have an answer, Archduchess?
Launch the missile as soon as she's conscious.
That'll be a huge strain on our life support systems.
That's irrelevant. We have to get that bomb in the air. You have your orders.
You are putting up such a fight and all for that terrible country? You really are a fool.
You're the original White Witch of legend. That means once upon a time you must have loved Aelstad as much as I do.
Any affection I once had is gone. There is only one reason that country still endures. Because they sold me out to be murdered.
I know, I heard the story. But all that bad stuff was because of a jealous wife. The others loved you.
You're wrong. She was not the one who betrayed me. It was Matthias. She told me right after I was captured. I am sorry, she said, but this was Matthias's final command.
She loves Aelstad, but that passion is what makes Sophie dangerous. It will not be long before rumors of her magic abilities reach the Vatican. We will become outcasts. I refuse to see my people labeled as heretics.
He was the one who betrayed me, not her!
I have been able to restrain Sophie because of her affection for me. But in death I cannot.
I love that man so much!
When I am gone and she is in mourning, you must stop her.
I fought so hard because I wanted him to be happy! I killed so many! For him! That is why every last one of them deserves to die! His country will burn! I will slaughter every last one of his descendants! They will know the pain I endured in that fire! You cannot fathom my pain. You have no idea what it feels like to die because your love betrayed you. No, I don't.
But Matthias was a ruler, wasn't he? I'm sure that he suffered too. He must have hated those orders, because it's obvious he cared for you, Sophie. You know that's true. Remember, someone with the safety of an entire country in their hands has to look out for the greater good. My Archduchess knows that her people must come before anything else. That's why I'm using the magic stone to fight against you! If my life can grant Fine's wish, then I'll happily give it up for her. I'll climb on the stake myself, and I'll leave this world with a huge smile on my face.
You are just a naive brat! Now die!
None none of us will truly be safe so long as magic exists in this world. My country is staunchly divided on the issue. Many who were thrilled by the power of the witch now fear all magic and wish to see it eliminated entirely. Some say we must destroy Germania and Sophie. Others insist we don't get involved with such affairs. That's why even though we've sent forces to Britannia, we have not yet launched an attack.
So what you're saying is if magic weren't an issue, you'd agree to invade mainland Europe.
Yes, in that circumstance we would send aid to our allies.
I'm pleased to hear that. Do not forget what you just said, Mr. Stanley. And that goes for the rest of you as well. I know you have grown to fear witches and their magic. But after today, that won't be any concern. It's over.
It is time to end this! What are you doing? No way. You may be strong, Sophie, but all the hate in your heart won't protect your body from a magical blast of this size. If she crystallizes all that magic at once, she will die for sure. Her body cannot take it. Come on, hurry. Keep eating. You just have to hang in there a bit longer. Please, for her. You have to.
Magic is like a web of rivers flowing across this land. Izetta will absorb all the magic from these ley lines, essentially drying up the reserves. That's how she'll defeat Germania's witch. Regardless of who is the victor in this battle, all magical energy will fade from this world, even if Izetta falls.
Hold on, Archduchess. Can Izetta really do that? Wouldn't it be a huge strain on her body?
What? No, you can't. That magic stone eats away at your life when you use it. If you do that,
It'll be fine.
that's a lie. I can always tell when you're not being honest, especially if you're lying because you want to do something crazy on my behalf.
I apologize. You're right, of course. I might not survive this. But still, there's something more important than me at stake. A world where everyone is free to choose their own tomorrow. Where everyone has a reason to smile. I was born a witch. There were times when I hated what I was. In Elstadt, I found a place I belonged. As long as I have this power, I'm going to fight as your witch, Archduchess. Fine. So please, order me to end all of this fighting. Otherwise, the war will keep going.
I can't do that.
I've given it a lot of thought, and this is the only way to fix things. You know that.
Izetta. Izetta. My wonderful friend. I hereby order you to finish this. Izetta will be the last witch this world ever sees. Magic will vanish from the planet. It will become a thing of the past, of legend, just like the accursed bomb and horrific deeds you've scarred this land with. Without your weapons, will the Germanian Empire still dare to think of itself as rulers of the entire world?
The Hexinium! It seems to be disappearing.
smile on my face. Can you see it, Fine?
There's only one thing this infernal light could mean. The magic is gone. This has turned out to be quite entertaining. In the end, I guess the only things we can rely on are iron and blood. Now I believe it's time for us to get back to the roots of our campaign.
After the magic disappeared, the state of the world suddenly went through some drastic changes. The United States of Atlanta kept their promise. Along with the other allies, they launched a major invasion of the European continent, which was a huge blow to our enemy. The Volga Federation, which had a non-aggression pact with the Germanian Empire, decided to enter the fight. They began an invasion of their own from the east. Thermidor and Beanie Lukes were soon liberated, and the Germanians were gradually pushed back to their own country.
This isn't over. Not while I can still fly.
What's the latest word from the Western Front?
Send the 11th Grenadiers immediately!
His Majesty Emperor Otto has killed himself.
And so, the war came to an end. Without Archduchess Fine and Lady Izetta, it would have been far worse. People say it would have lasted much longer. Who knows, maybe it would have lasted decades. Or forever. I once asked Archduchess Fine if this meant there'd be peace in the world from now on, or at least that countries wouldn't fight so much, but she said,
No. There will be other wars someday, as there will always be those who value power more than their own people. Maybe war and humanity go hand in hand. Maybe it's just a part of who we are. But that doesn't mean I intend to ever stop working towards peace. I promised, after all, to make this a world where everyone can choose their own tomorrow.
I, for one, am glad we saw the magic. It may not seem like much, but I think the fairy tale of the White Witch who appeared in modern times left something good inside the hearts of people all over the world.